Good morning, everybody. It's Thom and Todd. Hope everybody's having a great morning, and
Get up and dance.
that's right, boogie like it's 1976. Anywho, how are you, Todd?
Play that funky music. White boy.
You doing good this morning?
Yeah,
Good, good.
I'm just about as perfect as a 67-year-old fart can get.
I hear you.
I'm
As I told,
tenaciously hanging in there.
as I told Todd, they finally got my heating and AC fixed, so I'm enjoying some warmth this morning, being that it's 40 degrees here, and I think by the weekend it's supposed to be in the 80s.
40, huh? That's pretty chilly.
Yeah.
We are 54.
Wow. Good morning, Bum Crack. Mrs. Tom is at the office today. They had a bunch of people. They're having a meeting online, and other remote workers were coming in today, and the company was buying them lunch, and so she had to go in today. So I'm all by myself today. All by myself, I believe is a song.
Don't wanna be all by myself.
Good morning, Anissa. Good morning, Cindy.
Listen to two old croaks croak.
That's right.
We're croaking out music this morning.
So,
If you don't like it, okay.
that's right. There is a link in the chat if anybody would like to come in and visit with us this morning. Anissa, put on some lipstick, honey, and hit that camera.
I don't know if I've
So,
ever seen Anissa in alive.
I don't
Anissa,
either.
have you ever jumped in alive?
She needs to,
I know.
because we would support her if she started doing lives, because she's always in one of our chat or our shows. So, anywho, I thought Nikki was going to start making an appearance again. And apparently that's not happening anytime soon because she's still not shown up for any of them. And God only knows what Scott's up to today.
He's been in several of the Tuesday mornings lately.
Yeah. Yeah, hit that like button. And this implies that you'll get a sale. I am making no contractual, agreements on that, but we'll see. Todd. Yeah, it might. Can y'all hear me okay? Oh, yeah, he's kissing his angel. That's probably what it is. So, anyway, I hope everybody's having a great morning. Good morning, James. Good morning, Lag. There he is. Go ahead and sing it, Todd.
Which one?
You had to go kiss your angel good morning.
I already did that.
Or did you?
Yeah, she's done kissed and hugged.
I hear you.
She only gets one a morning from me. I'm like that.
You're like my cat.
I'm like a cat.
She'll give you some sugar, and then you'll reach down and give her some more, and she like turns her head like, no, you've had your one sugar today. That's all you get. She does.
So got Anissa and Cindy and Bumcrack and
James.
James and Lag and Texas Bandit. Always forget his name. What's your name again, Texas Bandit? Uh,
There he is.
I'm old. I can't remember.
Yeah.
Phil the Texas Bandit. I better write it down, but then I'll lose the note, so it won't matter.
Yeah. I've got a little notepad thing. It's like sticky notes that I try to put everybody.
I need to do like notes on my phone or something.
If you go in, you can download it. There's like sticky notes, the yellow little pads like your pink ones you're using there, and
Yep.
it shows up on your screen. And then you can get rid of it when you don't want it on the screen, but otherwise it always shows up on the screen. And
I think that would annoy me being on my screen all the time.
well, you can turn it off. Like I don't have it on all the time. I just called it up just to add feel to it.
Okay. You got that high tech stuff going on
Nah,
over there.
it's free. Good morning, Vintage.
Tuesday the 11th. I got my doctor's appointment at 10:30. So
Just like a physical, or you got something ailing you now, or
I got my yearly checkup.
okay.
Re-prescribe all the 58,000 pills I take and tell me I need to lose weight and exercise more and eat my veggies.
Dr. Jellyfinger.
Yep. It's time.
I've got my physical. Well, next week I've just got to follow up from when I had the surgery, but then we're going to set up to do a complete physical blood work, all that kind of stuff.
Yeah, they'll draw blood and listen to my heart and take my blood pressure, check my weight.
I came off the cruise weighing about the same thing I went in. I just didn't eat a lot. I guess I was pining for my lovely wife, but
Hey, you probably got some steps in walking around on the boat, burned a few calories.
yeah. And then when we were out on their island, I smoked
Frolicked.
a lot.
Yeah, frolicking takes
Yeah,
some
frolicking.
calories.
Yeah. So I was surprised about that, and I'm down about 2 pounds since then. So I'll probably go on a BLT diet for till next Tuesday or Wednesday, whenever my appointment is. But I'm down about 8 pounds since I had my surgery. So
Well, that's pretty good. I'm down about 8 since I went back on keto a little bit. Haven't been strict enough on my keto though. I've had too many cheat things. I know I'm not in ketosis because I can't stay away from an occasional taste of potato or a tor- uh, piece of tortilla or something.
well, all the deli beans, all the jelly beans are on clearance now. So I can't go to the stores because I love jelly beans. No matter whether they're the dollar a pack or whether they're the $8 a pack, I still love them.
Yeah, that will slow down your ketosis.
Yeah, which I'm not trying to be in ketosis. I'm just trying to just not eat every time I go into the kitchen. which I'm playing this game called Dinkum, and after we have dinner, I can sit down and start playing that thing, and 4 hours will pass by, and I have not drank anything, I've not eaten anything. So I think I'm gonna just go on the dinkum diet. I'll play 4 hours in the morning and 4 hours in the evening, and that whole time I won't eat or drink because I don't think about it.
Yep. Man, I'm just glad I got my knees still. My brother had knee replacement, and my wife is thinking about it sometime soon, and my cousin just sent a text. Sent a Facebook. She's getting a knee replacement tomorrow morning. Is that just you get my age, you get a knee replacement? That's just part of it nowadays, I guess.
Oh yeah, like orange slices, they're the best. You know, I used to do some work on this lady's computer, and she's a lot. I mean, she was like 80 something, and she had knee replacement. And I was talking about my knees hurt, and she said, "Well, don't have a knee replacement until you cannot absolutely not stand it," because she had a lot of problems with hers. But then again, I hear other people have had it and had no problems. But I am. Good morning, the truth. That's David, isn't it?
I'm too
Right.
cheap for a knee replacement.
Isn't that right? The truth, you're David. But I just I'm not replacing anything, and or I'm not doing any of that until I absolutely cannot. They Good morning, 24K.
Yeah,
Uh,
I used to
I,
teach with a fellow that he had both of his knees done. Man, I watched that man hobble around for probably 12 years. And then he got it done. A couple months later, I said, "Well, how are the knees?" And he said, "That's the best thing I've ever done in my life was get my knees replaced."
I I just feel like if I get rid of about 60 pounds, my knees will feel a lot better. Which that's what my doctor said. He said, if you get your weight down, um, you'll feel relief off of it because you're not carrying around all that weight.
Mm-hmm.
So that's another thing. Oh, really? I'll have to look into that. I doubt I'll go to Germany to have it just for surgery, but I will look into it. I like to just go to Germany just to do some sightseeing. So that since that's where my family's originally from.
uh,
I unlike this theory going around, I'm not Russian. I'm German or of German descent.
who's it? Lag keeps calling you Russian.
Yeah, and now I think it's James getting in on that bandwagon too.
Yeah, poor Thom.
I don't really care. It just whatever amuses them, whatever gets them in here, and I get a little.
Just don't call me late for dinner.
That's right. Don't care what you call me, just don't call me late for dinner.
Uh,
Um,
Rusinski. All right, Phil.
I,
Ruskinski.
Ruskinsky. Where he places his rich plasma therapy, the treatment is actually known as region.
Uh, got a little words of wisdom here.
Okay.
I never make the same mistake twice. I make it like 5 or 6 times, just to be sure.
Yeah. I doubt my Medicare paid for it though.
Uh, I think the one mistake I'm making more often than just about any other right now is I'll list something on Sell Similar. Like I'll have two video games, and they're different video games. So I'll make a listing for one, and then I'll hit Sell Similar and start listing the second one. But then I'll leave some of the stuff from the first listing on
Second.
in the second. Yeah. So I'll get messages from buyers that say, "Hey, this says one game, but the pictures show a different game."
Good morning, chick. Yeah. Yeah. When I was one time, I had about 300 postcards online, and I would forget to go in and change like the state they were in and all, minor things like that. But still, I'm sure it helped. Didn't help the search because eBay search engine is the worst as it is.
And I always forget when I use eBay's stock pre-listing fill out.
Right.
You'll type in what you're selling and then hit search, and it'll give you, and you find it over there and you click on it. But every once in a while, I'll leave a stock photograph in there, and I didn't want to put a stock photograph. Go in and edit. Waste of time. Records are worst. Yeah, there's a lot to put on them.
Wow.
Huh.
Dusseldorf. Isn't that where they always used to go in Hogan's Heroes?
Yeah, they've done that for years, 24K. Probably 40 years. Olympic marathoners, they would have like a pint of blood withdrawn, and then your body replaces that, and then a day or two before the big race, you get that blood re-injected into you, and it supposedly provides you with more oxygenating uh, health benefits, and it won't show up on a drug test or anything.
Yeah. Yeah, because these drug tests are going to get, I think, are going to get worse for pro athletes or the Olympics and whatnot.
In long distance running, they used to call it doping,
Yeah.
pulling out blood and putting it back in. I don't know why they called it doping. There was no dope involved. It's just your own blood getting put back into you. I suppose you'd have to find kind of a shady doctor to do that for you.
I don't know who Dr. John Campbell is.
Nope.
Felix, you got three wives, don't you?
3 wives.
Yeah, he's from the Middle East. I thought they all had. I thought
Nope.
all the rich Middle Easterners had like 3 or 6 wives. All I got to
Uh,
say is, oh my God, they must not have to deal with them on a daily basis because there's days one's too much. No, I
Uh,
don't. I've got my one wife that I want to spend the rest of my life with. I don't need yours. I don't need your troubles. Uh,
yeah, I certainly couldn't handle more than one. I can't handle one. She's the
um,
light of my life. Yep, yep, yep.
I'm gonna agree with you, James. My wife might be vintage also, but she's good to me.
If one is good, 10 is better.
Mike, Mike, Mike. Oh no. Oh no. Absolutely not lag. 10 would be hell. You see on TV where these sheikhs they have, 10 wives. They're freaking insane. Now that could be on TV, but the reality of it is they're crazy. Good morning, Mike. I hear you. So, how was your sales yesterday, Todd? That bad? I guess 24K. Well, Todd. Oh Lord, I love the ball and chain, but and I won't spend the rest of my life with her. But I do not anticipate if something should happen to her first, there won't be another Mrs. Tom Hucks. I think I'm just too old to have to start that procedure again. I'll find me some arm candy to go to dinner with and stuff like that. No, no, I knew that was coming, lag. I knew that was coming, but no. Woke to 47 degrees in Memphis today and warm to 74 today. Memphis spring and pollen has arrived. Where have you been, Vintage? Our temperature's been like that for a daggone month now, and everybody's cars have a nice, distinct shade of yellowish green on them. The poor guys at the car wash, they give you when you most of them, if you use the receipt, you keep the receipt. Then within like 3 days, if you need to come back, you can for a free car wash. They have been losing money on that one around here. Yeah, I'm gonna agree with that, James. Ooh. Good morning. Thanks for joining. Okay. Um, Todd. Yo, Todd.
Sorry.
Okay. I
I
just
was,
want to make sure you were back.
yeah, you didn't want to hear me blow my nose, but then I forgot to turn the
Uh,
mic back on.
okay. That's okay.
So, yeah, lag. You've always said that lag's a middle-aged woman, probably, so he might
Yeah.
be kind of purty.
Yeah, but I don't want any more kids. And she'll be bringing 3 kids with her
Boy,
or 4.
speaking of
Um,
women, that dude on the beer can, I keep just seeing clip after clip after clip of people pissed off about that. One guy showed a chart where Anheuser-Busch's value as a stock is down $3 billion. That's what they get. They're just, you can't fix stupid, I guess, and a whole corporation did that, or the
You know,
leaders of it.
I keep saying it. If you've got a product that is successful, you don't mess with it. You don't mess with the branding. You don't mess with the formula. You don't do nothing. You just leave it just like it is.
Yeah, I mean, just
Because
think of all the decades of Clydesdales and funny beer commercials at the Super Bowls and just Busch Gardens
right,
theme park. That place would probably get hit with a loss in traffic too.
I don't think they own Busch Gardens anymore. I think it was sold to somebody else.
Okay, well, still, if I was at somebody else, I would change to the name yesterday.
Yeah, I mean, you got to. Most people don't really give a rat's butt. You know, it's like the whole Aunt Jemima and Mrs. Butterworth. If they change the bottles, they're going to lose me as a customer because I don't look at the names. I just look at the shape of the. I do a scan and I see, oh, there's Mrs. Butterworth, or and I take
Yeah,
the bottle because it's shaped like a little lady. They need to leave stuff alone.
yep.
Yeah, it'll blow over and no one will care.
Yeah, it's not a whole lot different than Aunt Jemima being gone or um, Uncle Ben's
Yeah,
not being Uncle Ben's anymore.
I
Um,
just I don't understand when there's so much competition, and that one little thing gives you an edge up over everybody else just because of the packaging. Then you need to leave it alone. I mean, because anymore, you know, I'll drink this. I'll get the store brand syrup, which I'm not supposed to be eating in the first place. But so anyway, there's my little rant today. Leave it alone, people.
I started you on it,
No, it's all right.
but it, I do not think that Anheuser-Busch has made any attempt to make a comment about what happened.
Um, and if at least if they had to put a pretty trans on the, that'd be different.
You always knew you were a lesbian. Dang, 24K.
Who was it? There was one of the talk shows, and I think it was a British talk show. Oh, it was. What's the guy's name that he got fired? He's always getting in trouble for what he says. He's a British presenter. I can't think of his name. Anyway, he was on a show, and these people were talking about the trans thing and identifying as it. And he says, "Well, he says, so I can identify." He says, "Fine, I identify as a black lesbian. Now tell me I'm wrong." And they started saying, "Well, Piers Morgan, that's it. Uh, you're exaggerating there." And he says, "No, I'm not exaggerating any more than anybody else is." Who is Dylan? Is that the person that's on the cans now?
Yeah,
Um,
It's, he could steal my husband. No,
Sounds
he
like she's wanting to
couldn't.
get rid of her husband.
Your husband loves you, Anissa. Cut that out.
That's right, and you've got him by the wallet for the next 4 years. But because you girls are 14, are they?
16.
I thought the twins were 14. Are they that old?
You can't keep
Dang,
up.
and this
You're
is
so
getting
old.
old.
At least she can remember her daughter's age. You can't even do that.
I see they are 14. Duh.
Oh, I can't remember it either. I thought it was 16. Did you get the sandwiches made this morning, Anissa? I know that's one of her duties. Oh, my cousin is
uh, October the what, Anessa? Are all 5 of your kids at home?
No. She's got 3 that are grown and gone.
Oh, okay.
So you can't keep up.
Well, she's only always talking about the twins, her babies. That's all. She never talks about the older ones. Oh, Lord. Okay. 3 are on their own. I guess they're having problems in Texas. Todd, there you are.
Sorry, I pushed the wrong button.
It's easy to do.
I was trying to clear out some windows up here and I pushed the Evmux. Evmux.
Yeah.
EV.
EV Max.
Yeah. So anyway, what else is going on? Doctor appointment. Yay.
You got all your shipping done?
Yeah, all 3. Ugh. I
Well,
need to sell better stuff, I guess. Or quit selling the bad stuff.
my mother's birthday is October the 10th. That's the reason I was asking.
Anissa, you say that a lot. Her sales have been bad for a long time, I think.
Good morning, Beth. There's the
Craig,
link if anybody else wants to join us.
Craig's always trying to teach us how to improve listings or end and sell similar or whatever, you know.
It's
You're closing your store, huh, James? You've had enough? Well, it's okay if it's not worth keeping up with, then yeah, don't do it.
yeah, I've got 3 I got to pack up this morning too.
You're gonna have to go back to home health care. Well, that's a rewarding profession, but yeah.
Is he worth $30,000, Anissa? Felix says buy him a Rolex.
Yeah. James, you could surely do that.
I wonder, with all the percentages that has to come out of these auctions, whether you could take you could take the reselling model about sourcing and whatnot and take it to like an auction house and do weekly auctions. I wonder if you could make it work without working yourself to death. Because I think 30% is what they take, and then
Mm.
you got to subtract your cost of goods. And I apologize for not shaving this morning. I went to start shaving and my battery on my razor died. Only seniors. um, y'all were messed up.
Well, what was that?
Was that you?
Cha-ching. Oh, great. Sold an $8 video game. Yay. Yeah.
What kind of service business are you in, James, if I may ask? If you don't want to say, that's fine. I was talking to a lady yesterday Roberta, because I was waiting for the AC guy to finally get here, and we need some stuff for the grocery store. Roberta did not DoorDash, the other thing. Oh, cool. Power washing's cool. We have a power washing game. It's so relaxing. um, the lady that brought the went and did the grocery shopping, came in, okay, brought it by. I asked her how business was, and she said she can't keep up.
Yeah, I just listed that game Saturday, so I do get a larger percentage of sales off of new listings, but like all those remote controls I've sold about 4 of them. Still haven't listed them all. I don't know. When those remotes, they bring in between $5 and $10 net, so I don't know if it's even worth making. I guess it is. They sell.
Well, that $5 is going to help pay for that trip to Alaska this fall. Isn't it this fall that you're going? Good morning, Glock.
Yeah, if I quit spending the money on vet bills and stuff.
Uh-huh.
I'll be right back. I gotta dig Gwen's suitcase out from under my death pile.
Okay.
Huh?
I said okay. Yeah, we got to pack this weekend because I'm going to be gone next Thursday and Friday and Saturday and Sunday and Monday. And so if somebody wants to try hosting a show, it'd be a good time next Thursday. That wasn't that was a mercy vacation. I went with my brother because his wife couldn't go and the rest of his family were going. So I had to go. So he asked me to go with him. We had a good time. I didn't have as good time because Roberta wasn't there. So, but I'm going. again. We had already planned this one. And then in December, we're going to Panama, to the Panama Canal on a cruise. So I told her we just needed to work something in third quarter, and then we'll have traveled. Well, I will have traveled every month. I mean, every quarter. It's a lot of fun if you've never done it before. You know, we've looked at a cruise. It's like 18 days. That's over in the Pacific Basin, and you stop at like Thailand, and you know, you stop at a bunch of those countries that you normally don't think of as a vacation destination. Yeah, we've submitted our passport information because our passport's expired, and now getting off the cruise ships, it's easier if you have a passport. So no, I'm tired of staying at home. Told Roberta we were going to find a used mobile home and stick it up in the mountain someplace just so we'll have someplace to go without spending a fortune. So, and this is sales have been in the tube. James has been in the tube apparently. Anybody else having any good sales? Anybody's having a good week? Oh, I love to travel. Like, you need therapy. Have you been to Australia? 24K? Um, Australia is just like the US, except they have an accent and they drive. You've not been to Australia? How sad is that? You've been everywhere. Um, and they drive on the other side of the road, which will freak your ass out how they make their right hand turns over there. We were in Sydney and we were on a double decker tour bus. And he had to make a right hand turn, and which means you get in he got into the far left hand lane. And then when he got the turn signal, he had to cross over everybody, in front of everybody to get down the road. Good vintage. But everybody should go there once. That should be everybody's bucket list. Yeah, they're real strict on their customs about bringing fruits and vegetables in and raw meat. Because this lady, when we were there, this lady had tried to come in with like 3 pounds of sausage. But that's one place everybody should go. And once you've been out to the Big Red Rock in the middle of Australia, you've been to the Big Red Rock.
Ayers.
Did you find her suitcase? Where's she going this time?
She's going to Vegas.
You going with her?
Uh,
Is this a business trip?
yeah. I don't want to go to Vegas just to, you know, I could sit in her conferences with her or oh, cha-ching.
You could go play Texas
Another one.
Hold'em.
Yeah, it'd be fun, but I'll probably lose my shirt in Vegas.
I won $40 off of a. I cleared $40 off of a poker machine on the cruise.
Mm-hmm.
I cleared $50 off of bingo.
Now I need some more coffee.
We'll go get it. Sorry, I was checking something. Um, but I don't have to travel far to vacation. I can travel 10 miles down the road and stay at a Econo Lodge and just take my own linens with me and be just happy as hell. Just getting away from house, especially after the last 5 years we've had. Because it's fun, lag. It's fun. I've always traveled, even when I was a kid. My dad always took us vacation. We camped, but we went somewhere. I've been to Battle Creek, Michigan, and to the Kellogg's cornflake place, and seen them make cornflakes. And I don't even. I doubt they even do that now. But we've been all kinds of places.
I've been everywhere, man.
No, I've not been everywhere, but I've got a few places. I've been to Moscow. I've been to Red Square. So I take tick. That's all. It's been ticked off. Been to Australia. So that's a tick for that. I've been in London. I've spent the night in London, but I've never actually vacationed in London. When we were flying home with the twins, we spent the night at the Meridian Hotel, which is something else now at the airport. I'd like to go to Germany. I'd love to go to Egypt. I've always wanted to go to Egypt ever since I was a little kid. Um, a lot of it would require a private jet, though, so I can fly in and fly out. Like we'd like to go see the Taj in India, but that's one of those you fly in and then you finish touring and you get on a plane and fly out. So you got to like to travel, and it don't have to be someplace exotic. You know, it can be a roadside attraction, just as long as it's a little bit on the interesting or humorous side. Because there used to be a place up on the up in the Smoky Mountains, and it was a little gift shop, apple store. We always went up in the fall, so my mom would buy a couple of bushels of apples, and then she'd put them up. She'd can them. And there was this one place we always went to. They had this little cage, and it said it said caution, baby rattlers. And then when you look in it, it's like a pink and a blue baby rattle. You know, crazy, funky stuff like that. Just makes it interesting. And that happened when I was a teenager, and I still remember that after all these years. So it's
Yeah.
building memories. Like was asking why travel. Good, Anissa. I paid my taxes yesterday, 800.
800. Dang. I wish mine was that low.
1,000. I was watching the guy on YouTube, and he might have been all bullshit, but he said, you know what? He said, I had to pay 600,000 more dollars in taxes this year, but he said I made a hell of a lot of money.
Sounds like it. I don't pay 600,000.
Dang, James.
I don't get enough withdrawn from my retirement check. You
Well,
know
get it while
the
you can, because you might not get it much longer. I guess they won't be depositing that into my taxes.
my tax lady always tell me you need to avoid the penalty and pay a quarterly to the IRS. The penalty's only ever been like $150. So I figure I can just keep the money and invest it, make more that way.
Right.
More than 150 off the money I don't send them for a year.
Um,
But yeah, Beth says she started paying quarterly.
Anissa, you're gonna miss them independents when they leave. When they drop off, you will miss them because you with all the medical expenses we have, we don't make enough money. I mean, we don't have enough medical expenses to, you know, write off our medical. You just about just need to go to. If it wasn't for the business part and some real estate, it would be we would be filing short form, the easy form, because there's just nothing to deduct. I guess we need to start doing some business conferences so people can travel a little bit and do a vacation, learn something too.
$1,400 in medical bills.
How much?
And this says she just wrote out a $1,400 medical bill. Ugh.
Oh, man.
I'm gonna have some kind of copay today, probably. Especially for the blood work. I think the physical is free, but they get you on. They draw your blood, so the test is so much, and then they get the blood read by a specialist, whatever the person that reads your blood stuff for you. That's where they start charging you.
Sorry, I was looking. This OnlyFans thing. I was looking at it to see what it is. I mean, people, y'all have talked about it and whatnot, but
Dang, Anissa. If I had all that stuff done, I would owe more than 1,400.
yeah, it is very expensive.
Orthodontist wants 9,000 to pull your baby's teeth, huh? Well, that's your baby. I guess you got to get it done.
You know, we have some neighbors that are from Canada, and their son was when he was little. He played on the hockey team. When his father, he said his. I said, "Well, is he on the hockey team down here? Because we do have junior hockey teams down here." And he said, "No." He said, "When we paid the $6,000 to put braces on his teeth, his hockey days were done." Will you?
Lag 1500, huh? That's for you and your mom. What do I pay? I got Medicare paying, and then I have to pay like 140 on top of that a month, something like
Yeah.
that. 150 for the drug plan and the gap plan. I got I pay money for a gap plan, but I don't know. There's been some things I thought would have gotten paid for but weren't.
I'm still covered on Roberta's insurance. Plus, I have Medicare. And I really got to sit down and see if I can't double dip on that. What's the matter, Nessa? You make too much money to be on the Obamacare? It's just, I don't know. It's just a damn gimmick. But if you were to walk in, it's like buying a damn car. How much is it? I want, you know, my throat is sore. How much is it going to cost me to get a doctor to look at it? Well, do you have insurance? That don't make a damn difference. Tell me how much it's going to cost. Because they can't tell you. You can't walk out of the door with no bill. Because they have to send it to accounting, and then they have to do their voodoo magic on it.
Yeah.
And I thought there were some people that were elected to office that was going to do something about that, but apparently they didn't. I, Felix, like I said, my neighbor's from Canada. He doesn't praise Canada health care at all. He says it's slow. Yeah, James, you have to wait in line. That's basically what he said.
Yeah. Bumcrack Picker went through a bunch of red tape to get himself taken care of.
Yeah. I'm just saying this man lived there. He grew up. He's Canadian. He grew up there. He has no use for the Canadian healthcare service. There are some exceptions, but pretty much it's forget it. If something is wrong, it doesn't take me no time to see a doctor.
Yeah, Bumcrack, how long was it between your diagnosis and they fixed you? How long was it before, yeah, they had the diagnosis and then you had the procedure? Didn't you have to wait a long time? God, Bumcrack was in the hospital for nearly a month, right?
Yeah.
Jeez.
I just, but all said and done, Felix, there are people that fly to the United States to get stuff done because they can get it done quicker.
Well, if it was like an emergency situation, 24K, I'm sure they would rush it through quicker.
Yeah. Like I said, just listening to him talk.
So
It's
here he is. Bumcrack says he went in on the 11th of January and had the operation on the 2nd of February. Dang. So that was 3 weeks. Hmm. Of course, in his case, they may have had to like stabilize him and stuff so
yeah,
he'd be strong enough to live through the surgery.
right.
Yeah, America's got some of the best health care in the world, but you got to be willing to pay for it. Trying to measure your eyebrow.
No, I got an itch. Uh, I need to prune my eyeshadows. I need to prune my eyebrows.
Yeah, you don't want to start looking like Andy Rooney.
Yeah, it's no, I don't want to do that. I just prefer to just look magnificent as always.
Well, that guy, he didn't care if it's on national TV or not. He wasn't going to trim his eyebrows,
Yeah, well, that was kind of his shtick, you know.
I guess. I know he took a lot of hell for it.
Yeah, but he made a lot of money doing what he's the one that always said. And another thing, I think his eyebrows and another thing. It was his two. Thank you, lag. I don't think I look good at all today. It's the first night I sort of slept all night long. Tell you what, I'm spoiled. I like having that temperature at about 68 year round in this house. Um, I don't really know anything about the German healthcare system to comment on that. Believe it or not, I don't know everything, and when I don't know something, I will admit to it. I'm just waiting. You know, they keep. I'm just surprised the Cayman Islands has not got an international hospital by now. Because they could get all kinds of drugs from Tega, Mexico.
Yep.
Yeah, that's it. You have to research it. We have one of the best transplant centers in the United States here in Charlotte. We have Duke University 3 hours away, which is the leading cancer site, cancer hospital. But it just shouldn't cost as much so much. And I know you got to pay for stuff, but it just needs. It needs to be looked into.
Lag says Mexican supplements are the best.
I bet they are. Roberta wants to go to. She wants to go to Texas and go across the border and get some of her meds. Take her prescription and go get her some meds. Because they're like nothing compared to what we pay.
Wild parsley.
Parsley.
Uh,
Well, North Carolina is in the process of legalizing marijuana, and so once that happens, I'll be leaving the reselling world and becoming a farmer. Mocha. I like a large white chocolate mocha from Starbucks. Yeah, but most people can't afford to fly all over the world and then deal with medical bills. Especially if you got issues like dementia, where you're going to have a couple of people with you, depending on where it's at in the joint issues. I could see that. Is that supposed to be good for joint issues? Now, I know we have a lot of users on here. And if what I'm saying, if what I'm about to say is offensive to you, so sad, too bad is all I got to say. But when I was in high school, there was a reason why the heavy users were called dope heads. I mean, that's all there is to say about it. Now, I know you're talking about teenagers and just doing whatever the hell they want to do, but they were thick. Let's put it that way. So there you go. But then again, it's like if you drink all the time, then you got problems. Well, how about get all those 7 people to give me a thumbs up then? How about that? There's a lot of stuff legalized in Thailand. Um, everybody, all countries have their good and their bad with their health care, and if that's all you got available, you hope it's the best that you can do.
Hi, Joanna.
Hey, Joanna.
I always have trouble saying her name because
I,
I always think, is it Johanna or is it Joanna?
I'm just, I call her, when she's gaming, I call her JoJo.
Okay.
What is halai? Halala? What is that?
Halal is the
Hey, Glenn.
Muslim diet.
Uh, hey, Maggie. I didn't see, are you just getting here? I didn't see you come in earlier. Maggie, my nephew took his 2 little girls down to Disney last week during spring break. They had a good time. Now that was their first time down there, but he said he and his wife were kind of concerned about when they went down there that everything is going to be in total disarray, from what you see on YouTube and the media and blah 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 blah. But he said everything went smoothly. They stayed at one of the on-site places. one of the resorts. But he said they had a really good time. His girls had a really good time. And Catherine's 5. Yeah, and Catherine's 5. And she got to meet all the princesses, so she was happy about that. And Daniel was not happy because and of course, she had to have a princess dress from every one of the princesses, which cost him a small fortune. I told him he should have went over to that outlet. You could saved a lot of money. He's like, "Why the hell didn't you tell me that before we went?" And I said, "Because I didn't even know you were going." So anywho, it's not as bad as people think it is. So anyhow, everybody's coming in now, and
Hey, Maggie. Hey, Glenn.
Joanna, have y'all started shrooming? Are you headed down in a few weeks? I don't know why you don't live down there. Just load up the grandkids, tell them, and take them with, and tell your children. Oh, okay. All right. Okay. The bippity boppity boop teak. Um, anyway, that's what I started saying was you just need to load up the grandkids and take them with you and tell their parents that they'll just have to come down there to see them. Cool. You gonna do some video? Y'all, if you at least have any interest in it at all and what this mushroom picking is all about, then you need to go see Joanna's website. She's got some videos on there. Joanna, if you want to put a link in the chat to your website or one of your videos, feel free to do so. Because I kind of find that stuff interesting, even though it's not something I would do. Oh, you've taken both grandbabies this time. Wow. I hope I live long enough to see grandbabies when the time is right.
I wouldn't mind a walk in the woods, but bending over and working down is kind of becoming a thing of my past,
Well, you need to get you one of them clawy things that you just stick down there and twist.
I guess.
Joanna, if you want to put your a link to your POD stuff, go ahead. I don't care. I don't mind. She got two. She got a boy and a girl, don't you? My mom was buying Easter things for all her great grands, and she's like, I got 7 of them now, and
That's
I'm
right.
like, well, good for you.
That's right, James. If there's carbohydrates involved, I'm in.
Um,
Now, those are shrooms. Those aren't mushrooms. I guess they are mushrooms.
now the morel, those are kind of pricey if you buy them at a store, aren't they?
I think so. I know that the Idaho hillbilly goes out and picks them, and I think he makes a pretty good penny doing that. If they get a year where they get a bunch, he's making some pretty good money.
Yeah. The North Carolina mountains are good for ginseng, and they have a. There have been people shot over ginseng up in the mountains because you can't cultivate it.
$50 a pound for morels. Sheesh. But they're tasty.
$50 a pound. Holy moly!
We get mushrooms in our yard and stuff, and I'm sure they're the kind that would kill you if you ate one of them.
Yeah, probably so.
I
Unless
need
you
to
soaked them in vodka first. Vodka kill you.
will it. I need to do that plant identification thing. I suppose you could do it with Google. What do you call it? Google Pics. Google.
Right. Yeah, the mushrooms you get probably are most definitely different.
Yeah, I think there's several varieties that are hallucinogenic.
Right. Todd, don't you have a doctor's appointment?
At 10:30.
Oh, that's 10:30 your time.
Yeah, on God's time up here in Texas.
No, we're on real time out here.
Oh, Salivate Metal, he put out a video saying Texas was introducing a bill to start digital currency backed by gold. So it's like you put an ounce of gold in the depository, and then I guess you can write checks off of it. Or if you decide to cash out, they cash you out in gold.
Wow. Sorry, I was looking at that video Mr. Sadie posted where is that you or is that your son, Mr. Sadie, that was fishing with half the fishing pole because he slung the top end of it off?
Well, there's one video where he loses half his pole when he's got a fish on. And then there's another video where his son's friend Cheeseburger makes a cast and half of his pole goes into the pond. But it's still got the string through it, so he's able to reel it up.
You know, when my niece was little, and she's 42 now, she'd go fishing with my dad and my mom. And my dad, when she was real little, he bought her one of those like Minnie Mouse plastic reels and rods and whatnot. She caught a 5 pound bass on that thing. Until the day my dad died, he was still amazed that that piece of plastic would get that 5 pound bass in there.
Yeah, a 5 pound bass would pretty much strip the gears in a little plastic Zebco.
Yeah, but she did. She cranked and she cranked and she cranked and she cried and she cranked and she cried. She finally got that fish to the boat. And my dad, you know, he's telling all his fishing buddies about it, and they're like, "You're lying, Brad. You're lying." He says, "No, I'm not." Because usually, if you caught a little brim on the thing, you would strip it out. I guess it was just her day or whatever.
Yeah, stock market is flatlined today. It's just going sideways.
What's gold and silver looking like?
They're real steady. Gold is at 2,000 and silver's at $25. They've been that way for 3 or 4 weeks now. About the same price.
And Joanna, have you looked at Shutterstock about putting any of your prints over there? You might want to look into that if you take a lot of pictures. Anybody takes a lot of pictures of interesting stuff. Um, that's where you post pictures at, and if somebody buys, they buy the use of it and whatnot. So there's your public access thing there. I've tried to get some stuff uploaded to it because I've taken a lot, but I guess my camera's not good enough. So, any of y'all.
I wonder if you could buy Bud Light really cheap now. If the distributor would just, here, take a pallet load. Give me $50 and take a pallet of Bud Light.
Yeah, I'm wondering if. But see, I really have not seen that much about it. I've heard more about it from y'all than I have anybody else. Oh, I love fried catfish.
Lag says, nope, I heard they're selling out. Who's buying, I wonder?
I like cod. I don't know who's buying them.
Lag says me.
Uh,
These springtime frat
I don't see
uh,
anything about it.
frat parties. They probably wouldn't care what's on their can.
No, they don't. They're just wanting to get drunk.
Spring break's coming at the beaches, I bet. I bet there's some wild times down there.
Yeah, I bet so. All right, I need to get out of here.
Yeah, I do too.
And
Gotta go let the doc use gel finger on me and stuff, so
or just tell him to make sure he tells you he loves you when he gets finished.
be be gentle, doc.
Are you going to buy? I say, are you going to buy me dinner after this?
Oh, Dr. Strong, he's pretty efficient. He gets it done as fast as he can. He don't linger.
I tell you what, if you could grease car wheels with that stuff, that car would move a lot faster because that's some slick stuff.
Yeah.
But anyway, thanks for
KY ain't got nothing on what the doc uses.
do what?
KY doesn't have anything on what the doc uses.
No, not at all. That is some slick stuff. You could slide an elephant on a straight pin with that stuff. Your husband was traumatized by the finger.
Uh,
Oh, it sounds like a South Park episode.
yep.
I think it was South Park. No, it wasn't South Park. It was Family Guy.
Mhm.
Hijack a locomotive, Tom. Oh Lord, you people are not right. Okay. Y'all have a great day. Thank you, Todd, for coming in with me. It's a slow news day. Scott's not here to rile things up.
No,
I'm just not I'm just not politically minded enough to motivate people like he does. Um, so anyway, thanks for coming in, everybody. Have a great day. Yeah, Mr. Sadie, sail, sail, sail.
Phil
And
says hook 'em horns. Yeah.
and this is she is so upbeat all the time. Have an awesome day.
Yep. Little love symbol on their necks.
Yeah.
Hearty,
So
hearty
anyway,
heart.
have a great day. Thanks, Todd. We'll see y'all later. Bye bye.
Bye.